Manchester United will make an approach to sign Victor Gyokeres this month rather than wait until the summer. The Sporting Lisbon striker 26 was always likely to attract interest from his former boss Ruben Amorim after he was appointed as United's new head coach back in November. But a move for the Sweden star was penciled in for the summer, not now. Those plans have changed though. Amorim has told United's power brokers that they need to sign Gyokeres now given their struggles in the Premier League, say the Star. Manchester United are 14th in the table after losing their last 3 league games and look short on firepower. But even if they can find the cash they need to trigger Gyokeres' £80 million plus release clause, it remains to be seen if he will fancy the move. The former Coventry City man has grown into one of Europe's most sought-after strikers since moving on from the Championship and is believed to boast several high-profile suitors. January is a notoriously difficult time to extract players, so it's practically a given that Gyokeres will have more choice over his next move in the summer. And with United currently looking highly unlikely to qualify for Europe at all, Gyokeres would potentially be giving up European football next season should he opt to leave Sporting in January. To that end, his stance on leaving Sporting mid-season is currently unclear. While Sporting have already parted company with Amorim's successor, João Pereira, they are still top of the Portuguese league and on track to progress in the Champions League. Former Arsenal midfielder Anders Limpar previously referenced the fact that Gyokeres would probably have his pick of clubs if he does hold out until the end of the season. We have to remember that the Portuguese league is inferior to the Premier League, but when Manchester City came to visit Lisbon, he scored a hat-trick, so he's fully capable of scoring in England, Limpar said back in November after tipping him to join Arsenal. He has played for Coventry and scored goals. He knows the English mentality. I think his next step is to play in the Premier League, and he can really choose which team he wants to play in. After a difficult start to the 2024-25 season, a dream January transfer window certainly would not go amiss at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim arrived in the cut and thrust of the season with the fixtures list, ensuring limited time on the training pitch to implement his methods. What might have become clear is that his squad is not good enough. Since sacking Erik Ten Hag, United have been unable to improve their fortunes. The club sit 14th ahead of facing Newcastle United, and despite a raft of signings in the summer, a few more may be required to transform the club's fortunes. Mirror Football take a look at what would be the perfect transfer window for the Red Devils. Marcus Rashford exit the club are open to a transfer, and Marcus Rashford wants to leave. An exit for the academy star may be a moment of sadness, but is a sale that needs to happen. If United can find a suitor willing to pay a fee and the 27-year-old's salary, it will prove a game-changing result for the club, whose transfer coffers would be boosted. If nothing else, Amorim will be saved from answering questions after leaving his charge out of a matchday squad. A new forward arrives. Goal scoring has not come easy for United in recent times. The club currently have a negative goal difference in the Premier League and have managed just 21 goals in 18 games. A third of those goals came in just 2 matches too. Rashford's exit would ensure Amorim is even more short of forwards, and while full of potential, Rasmus Højlund has been unable to entirely shoulder the burden of finding the net just yet. Goals win games, and a new striker may be required to fix that. There are reports of a gentleman's agreement in place preventing Amorim raiding Sporting for players next month, but Victor Gyokeres is the standout candidate. The Swede won't come cheap, but is already familiar with Amorim's approach, and United have been served by a mega signing in January before with Bruno Fernandes. A new left-back with Luke Shaw's continued injury issues, and Tyrell Malacia yet to convince Amorim, having a natural left-back is high on the agenda at Old Trafford. A player familiar to the 39-year-old head coach is said to be looking for an exit too. Paris Saint-Germain star Nuno Mendes has seen discussions stall over a new deal in the French capital and has experience of playing under Amorim at Sporting. It would bring greater balance to United's backline and fix a position that has long been a problem. While needing to sell players before buying is never an ideal situation, United do have players who will be heading off their books soon. If that can be achieved in January, all the more benefit to the club to in turn allow new players time to acclimatise in the Premier League. Already a host of names including Rashford, Malacia, Joshua Zirkzee, Antony, Johnny Evans and Christian Eriksen have been left out of matchday squads by Amorim. In a perfect window, perhaps United can complete some good business in the first month of 2025 to relieve Amorim of players he will not utilise. Ahmad believes Ruben Amorim is responsible for his Manchester United breakthrough having thrived. Now he's not following Erik ten Hag's lead. The Ivorian winger is enjoying a brilliant season at Old Trafford, having finally made a first-team role his own. The former Atalanta starlet has 5 goals and 7 assists so far, this term a record that includes a dramatic winner against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium earlier this month. Ahmad, 22, has already made 26 appearances for the Red Devils this term, more than he'd made in his entire United career under Ten Hag. The Dutchman sent the youngster on loan to Sunderland in his debut campaign, before only affording him 9 Premier League outings the following season. And Ahmad believes that the added faith he is being shown by his new boss has allowed his true ability to shine. Speaking to Sky Sports, he said, "Let's say maybe it's confidence, because now I'm playing a lot of games. Like I am now. I've been every time like this, but maybe the game time and confidence. But now I'm happy to play more games. And I just want to fight for the club, for the team. Every time the manager gives me the confidence and gives me the chance to play for this club, I just want to show I can play for this club. My dream is to achieve a lot of things with this club. That's why I'm here. I want to fight for this badge, and let's see what the future brings." Amorim has already offered his verdict on Ahmad as he continues to shine. Even before the winger's match-winning display against City, the Portuguese coach was aware of his abilities. Speaking earlier this month, he said he is really big in talent, but small in size. He did a great job, but he also has to improve. He was really good again, Amorim told reporters. Ruud van Nistelrooy helped him a lot in his games in charge, and now he's helping me. He's in a great moment, but that moment started with Ruud. So I just take advantage of Ruud's work with Ahmad. He was really good defending and really good attacking, so he has to continue to play like that. You could feel it in the end of the game. He was really tired, so we have to manage that and increase his physical ability. I'd like to take credit for Ahmad's pressing, but that's him. He's like that. He's smart. He's explosive. Ahmad will be aiming to continue his hot form in United's next Premier League outing. They take on Newcastle at Old Trafford.